Hello, bonjour, and welcome to DITC Social live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and blasttheradio.com. I am so glad to have you joining me this evening. Tonight, we'll be discussing some hot topics, yet keeping them light and fluffy, and taking some of your questions. So feel free to comment on whatever platform that you are on, and we will bring you into the conversation. So, I'm just going to give my teleprompter a few minutes to catch up. Ce soir, nous discuterons de certains sujets, mais en les gardant légers et amusants, et en répondant à certaines de vos questions. N'hésitez pas de faire part avec vos commentaires, que ce soit sur la plateforme sur laquelle que vous vous trouvez, et nous vous ferons parvenir et participer à la conversation. Let's move this up. So before I get going, I'd like to pay respect to the Algonquin people, who are the traditional guardians of this land. We acknowledge their long-standing relationship with this territory, which remains unceded. We pay respect to all Indigenous people in this region from nations all across Canada who call Ottawa home. We acknowledge the traditional knowledge keepers, both young and old. And we honor their courageous leaders past, present, and future. Nous rendons hommage au peuple algonquin, gardien traditionnel de cette terre. Nous reconnaissons le lien sacré à longue date l'unissant à ce territoire qui demeure non cédé. Nous rendons également hommage à tous les peuples autochtones qui habitent Ottawa, que ce soit de la région ou d'ailleurs au Canada. Nous reconnaissons les gardiens des savoirs traditionnels, jeunes et âgés. Nous honorons aussi leurs courageux dirigeants d'hier, d'aujourd'hui et de demain. I want to preface this conversation by stating that this is a safe space and that our conversation today is based on mutual respect, openness, and understanding. So feel free to comment on whatever platform that you are on, and we will bring you into the conversation. Je tiens à préciser que nous sommes dans un contexte sécuritaire et que la conversation d'aujourd'hui se doit être imprégnante de respect mutuel, d'ouverture et de compréhension. Joignez-vous à la conversation en soumettant un commentaire à partir de la plateforme sur laquelle que vous êtes. All right. I need to pause that because there's so many things that I haven't done yet, like this and this. There's just, I need a second hand. Like I don't have enough hands. I got to get my logo going. We've got a comment already too. Oh my goodness. So Blast the Radio is testing. Well, I hope you can hear me there, Mr. John the Milkman Milky. All right. So without further ado, and that means a bad word in French, let's bring on our first guest. Amenons les invités. So today's show, we will be talking to Lillian Carriere, who is an angelic intuitive medium, energy reader, and qualified certification as an angel practitioner, angelic medium, card reader, realm reader, and angel dream specialist. Lillian is also the host of Angelic Empowerment International Network, as well as the executive producer and independent networker who will assist you with your angelic guidance and care. This angel tarot mediumship, life and business coach is here tonight to help us understand what 2021 has in store for us and you. Well, good evening, Lillian. How are you this evening?
Hey, hi everyone. I'm good. A little nervous, but doing very well, thank you.
You're a little nervous? Well, there's no need to be nervous. I'm nervous too because, well, we're going on the radio again for the second time, which I'm not used to doing as well. So now I need to reset my second camera angle.
So I'll just say a little hello to Blast the Radio. Thank you for having me.
Yes, well, he's here and everything is good on the radio. So welcome to everybody in Radio Land. and welcome to everybody here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I think I'm going to put some earphones in because I'm hearing some reverb happening. So give me 1 second. Oh my, we have somebody from New Zealand watching as well.
Yes. Hi, Kim.
Oh, so you know Kim?
Of course.
All right, so give me 1 second, folks. I should have just done this to begin with, and I should have just USB audio device.
Yeah.
There we go. So I should have just done my earphones and done away with it. But hello, Kim in New Zealand. Thank you and welcome to the show. And I'll make sure that my camera is good. All right, so let's get our first reading up on the screen. My first guest, let's bring up Carolyn. Carolyn was one of the first people to share our events. So Carolyn, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hi, Carolyn.
Hi.
All right, so I'm having fun with my camera, so I'm gonna let both of you go at it.
All right, Carolyn. It's nice to meet you, first of all. And
Nice to meet you.
what would your question be? Would it be finances or career or something in general?
I don't have anything specific. I'll say career. You know what? Let's say career. How are things looking career-wise for me?
Well, first of all, I know we were talking a little bit backstage, and your auntie is quite prominent around you, saying hello. And of course, she's got this glass of champagne. She's very much the socialite, the bubbly type of personality. She's kind of saying, this is something that I may not have believed in before I crossed over, but I sure do now. And she's got this gift of gab, and she's talking mostly about the possibility of your mother, and she's got a great connection with your mom. So she wants you to kind of know that everything's going to be okay with mom. Just steady and slow and take it easy. Right now, she might be a little bit on edge and stuff, but it's to be expected, especially with all the situation going on with the COVID and the feeling of being trapped. And then she doesn't want anyone to feel bad for the way she passed away, or perhaps the fact that you couldn't be there when it happened. She wants you to know that she's not in any pain. She didn't feel any pain when it happened. She's doing quite well, and she wants everyone to be happy and to move on and not to feel guilty about the way and the circumstances of the situation. It's not something that anybody had power or control over. On top of that, she's talking about the fact that she loved her privacy, and she didn't want anyone to see her in the condition that she was in. She always took pride in the way she looked and the way she groomed herself and how she had her hair just so. She's talking about, she liked that type of perfection, and she didn't want anyone to see her in the condition she was. So she's kind of grateful for the privacy that she had, and she doesn't want anyone to feel guilty or upset in the circumstances. So I don't know if that's a possibility to send on to your mom. She's going like this with your mom, Father, Son, Holy Ghost kind of thing. So she may not quite accept a message from a medium, but she wants you to take comfort. I don't know if you have any children, but I feel like you do, and that she is kind of watching over is it a boy and a girl you have?
No, I have two girls.
Two girls. Well, she watches over them. She's saying, don't be surprised if you notice one of the girls talking in her sleep or having dreams. Of course, don't be afraid, and try to realize that she is watching over the children. She really loves the bubbly energy. I feel like she was very kind of attached to them in her own kind of quirky way, if that makes sense. And she says, when all this is over, and it will be over, you're going to celebrate, and she wants you to pop open a bottle of her favorite wine. I keep getting the taste of like white wine or those flavored wines. So for that, please take comfort and know that you have nothing to feel guilty about. The circumstances were beyond your control. She is watching over you. She hovers over you and she places her hand on your shoulder. You might feel tickling sometimes in your ear because she's trying to snap you out of your kind of mood right now, okay? You're in some kind of, I don't know, stalemate, ho-hum kind of routine, and she wants you to bubble up a bit. In regards to your career, I'm going to pull up some guardian angel cards. They're my favorite go-to. We will see what we can get for your career. It was your career you were concerned about?
Yeah, I'm thinking of a possible change career-wise, but I'm always very on the fence with things and have a hard time making some decisions.
Auntie is saying you're very indecisive. You can't stay focused on one thing. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I put my mascot down. So you have difficulty making decisions, and I feel like when she's tickling you in the ears, it's kind of to get you out of the swing of things. You have already an instinct that you do need to move on. It's just a matter of the planning, putting things down on paper and following through without doubting yourself. You doubt your skills. You doubt your skills. Let me just get a few cards for you here. Spirit with the best possible guidance for her.
So I had a little bit of technical issue with my cameras and everything, and I had to reset my computer several times. So I'm hoping that this did not affect any of the lives, but it doesn't seem to have. I guess once I go live, even if I come in and out, you guys keep going. So, or this keeps going. So that's good. I'm learning every day.
Right. Well, I didn't see any technical difficulties, but maybe after the show, we'll all know. But you look fabulous, darling, and you've done a good job coming back. Thank goodness. I have the 5 of Thought and the 8 of Emotion. It's a beautiful card. I love these cards. They're like having hugs from your grandmother in the Victorian era. You will see that there's a little bit of scruffling going on here between the children, and the angel is kind of watching over it, trying to make sure that nobody falls off that cliff in the middle of their going in their own separate ways. So I'll read this to you. The path you were on seemed like the right one. You've run into some challenges right now, and there is a better direction for you that will make you happier in the end. Changes are going to be necessary for you so that you can get back on track and avoid people who are draining or who are bringing unwanted drama into your life. So we did talk about this a little earlier before I even picked up the card, Carolyn. You're having trouble making a decision. You're in that ho-hum kind of atmosphere. There are people surrounding you, or perhaps your own thinking that's surrounding you and distracting you from what it is that you really want to go to do, to become, to embrace, to dream, to follow through. You're being encouraged to do that and to avoid the distractions, taking on other people's problems and making them your own. Somebody will come to you and talk to you and tell you what's going on, and instantly you're doing everything for them. This is talking about no more distractions, taking these distractions out of the way for you and focusing in on what it is you're really passionate about, what you really want, and believing in your skills. This guardian angel has your back. What you need to do is step away from the drama. So maybe the children are playing and distracting you. Maybe the phone is ringing at the same time and dinner's cooking and the dishes have to be done kind of thing. But this is talking about taking at least 10 minutes aside and focusing in on yourself and moving forward with what it is you're already intuitively feeling, which is the need to move on. Your auntie agrees with me. She's kind of saying you need to let that show go and move forward, okay? Let go of those who are causing drama in your life, dragging you down and making you feel as if you can't achieve anything. You can. You have the 8 of emotion here, and it reads, you feel a deep longing for something more meaningful in your life. In your heart, you know that there's more out there. There's a song that was put out a while back about, is there life out there? A life I don't know. Is there more than just my family and my home? And should you do what you want? Should you do with your dare? Yes, there's life out there for you, and it's waiting for you. The world is wide open for you. It's time for you to make this switch in your careers, is what it reads. Move on to a new home, possibly a new city, and initiate more important changes for you. Do what you feel is right for you and seek out some magic in your life. This young lady is sitting on a window ledge, and she is looking out. She's looking out. She's stuck inside, looking out and wanting to get out there, wanting to socialize, wanting to better herself, wanting more in life than just the normal kind of, quote, 9 to 5. You are being urged with this 8 of emotion to follow your heart, follow your dreams, follow what is passionate right now. You have tremendous possibilities and opportunities in your heading for you if you can just remove the distractions, those that are creating drama in your life. And seriously, I think a lot of it has to do with self-doubt, not believing enough in your skills. But I feel strongly that if you took that step forward, the universe will take that step with you. And the doors are opening for you. This is why the urge is happening for you to try something else, because it is time for you to try and move on. You've developed a lot of skills from your past resources. Now it's the time to take those skills and challenge yourself a little more. Life's getting too dang boring for you right now. You need a little bit of a challenge. So hopefully that helps you, and I will leave you with that.
Well, you can come and knock on my door, Carolyn, anytime.
No, that you're spot on with so much of it. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So it was good. Yes, she got you.
It was awesome. Yes.
So, is there anything you took from that? Are you gonna implement it when you get off, or tomorrow morning?
Probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, listen, no more distractions, including the distractions in your thoughts. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Your heart knows where it needs to go. It knows. And if you try to fool your soul and its life purpose, the only thing that could happen could be chaos for you in the long haul. When we fight what our life purpose is, shit happens. Shit gets in the way. The block keeps coming and coming and say, why can't I achieve this? It's because you're not following the path of your purpose in life. And you've developed everything you need to move into the next dimension, the next part of your life. So move forward with that. Move forward with confidence. Know that your auntie has got your back, by the way.
Oh, well, that's good. Wow.
So she's kind of saying, powder up, get the resumes out, girl, and move forward. There's an opportunity. You know where it is. You know what you need to do. Just do it. Just feel the fear and do it anyway. Do it anyway. Fear is just a self-preservation. It's our way of preserving ourselves. Sometimes our fears can get out of control.
Yes.
We allow our fears to become out of control. But fear is not necessarily a bad thing. Fear comes from our primitive life where we needed to protect ourselves from these dinosaurs kind of thing, protect and shield ourselves from predators. When we let it get out of control, this is when the panic comes in, this is when the negative thoughts come in, and it gets even worse physically, mentally, emotionally. We feel tired, our stomach hurts, we overeat, we undereat, we get migraines.
And that sounds like every Canadian right now, or everybody around the world actually right now too. So
yeah, I wish everything would just COVID away.
COVID away. Yeah, Sashay, you go.
Sashay away. I love you.
All right. Well, thank you, Carolyn. I hope that brought you a little bit of clarity for 2021, and I wish you all the best. And I'm sure
Thank you.
I will see you soon. I'm sure outside.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
All right.
Back to you, Carolyn.
So now we'll do one more, and then I'm gonna do a little tiny commercial break, and then the other guest left, but we'll do Lise. We'll bring on Lise, and we'll see if Wanda comes back. So welcome, Lise.
Thank you.
Hi, Lise.
Hi, Lillian.
All right.
How's
so
everybody?
Go for it.
What's your question, Lise?
I just want messages from the angels.
So just a general message?
Yep.
So you just celebrated a birthday not long ago.
Yes, I did.
There's a man here. He's saying happy birthday to you. Actually, there's a whole gang of people here saying happy birthday to you. There is a male here confirming, thank you so much for working through the childhood issues, the trauma that happened between the two of you. You've been doing a lot of work on your inner child, your inner self, and terrible things that have happened to you in your past. So you're being patted on the back by divine. So please know that they're very, very proud of you on the other side and the progress that's made. And he is ascending. Sorry if you hear any barking. That's my little BB in the background. She's my comfort and joy.
Well, mine's sleeping.
Okay, so just in general, let's see what we can get, Lise. And you've just moved recently, which is awesome.
Yeah. All right. It's a nice little apartment.
You're going to do very well in there. Be careful of who you talk to and the activities that are going on there. You are very much a social butterfly, but you're being asked to guard and protect your heart just a little bit more. Take your time in getting to know people before you start exposing parts of your vulnerable side. You've worked so hard to get to where you are, and there's that need to kind of shield and protect yourself. So there's where the fear can come in, self-preservation. So be a little bit leery. You have key 14, which is an awesome card. This is talking about a win-win solution for you. There's strength in diversity. I'm sure Andre would agree in diversity and that strength. By blending the ideas of other people with your own, you can come up with some great solutions that can turn out really magnificently for you. So start focusing on some aspects that everyone can agree upon, and then open your mind to some sort of compromise and working together, working as a team, working together in order to keep the balance and maintain that, that confidence and resolution that everyone can feel okay with without crossing the boundaries, if that makes sense to you. So this is talking about keeping yourself balanced and seeking out a very moderate, soft approach. Being assertive but not being aggressive is the key to this. You can see that the two young men are sitting on a step right here, and they are moving towards and pointing towards this beautiful, beautiful property, and they're negotiating. They're negotiating what's beyond, and should we go? Should we move into this new horizon, and how are we going to achieve this? So they're working together to achieve the same goal, the same kind of balance, the same kind of cooperation. So again, I feel like there's been some havoc that's happened to you recently. It's all about coming up to the best solution for everybody, to feel comfortable, to be able to associate with one another, and also keeping your guard up and making sure that your heart is protected and cared for. You have card 15, which is really bizarre because it's one phase of your life going into a new phase. So card 15, which comes up to 6, and this is all about love, loving yourself, that confidence in yourself. So this reads, sometimes you may feel as though your way is being blocked right now, but that's often just an illusion, okay? You can free yourself from any of the obstacles that you're so focused on by choosing something different, okay? Turn your thoughts away from anything that's negative for you and instead envision endless other possibilities that you can act upon immediately. So you look at this young lady, she's standing on the fence. Now, could easily, she could easily open that gate and walk through it if she just looked for the way to get through that gate. And she could even hop over it if she wanted to. But somehow she chooses to stay still behind this fence, thinking that she can't get through. So this is talking to you about, again, finding other solutions and moving away from the negativity. If there's drama or that kind of thing going on, even within yourself, that drama, that fighting yourself, that need for that self-confidence, and then that negative thinking coming in from, the training that you've likely had throughout your childhood, that you're not good enough, that you can't make it, or the fact that you've been rejected, that kind of thing. So you've got all that kind of stuff that you're fighting. And this is just saying there is another way. There is another way. There is another approach. Just you could walk around it and look for the gate and walk right through it. What you're going through right now can likely be all in your head from that negative thinking and you holding yourself back. The only thing that's stopping you from moving ahead is yourself, and finding a way to have cooperation and balance in the circumstances that you're in. And this man saying happy birthday to you was around. Don't worry, he says, you're not going to be lonely forever. Just hang in there a little longer. He knows that you've been crying and that you've been aching to have a partner in your life. And at the same time, you're kind of saying, I don't want a partner in my life because I've just gained my independence. So there's that thing going on right now, but you will meet someone who is right for you, a proper soulmate. So give yourself time and patience and continue to nurture on that little girl in you and help her to develop that confidence that she needs. Maintain the balance that you have. Keep the boundaries that you have. Very important for you right now as you move into the next few months. I hope that helps you.
Wow.
That's great.
Excellent. Yeah. You kind of hit the nail on the head there. It's pretty accurate. I am at the point where I got to give myself time to heal, time to, get one negative thought and just push it aside and put 3 positive ones as it's
there you go. That's a brilliant thing to think about. And a lot of people should be doing stuff like that.
Yeah, it's changing your mindset. Yeah, thank you, Lillian.
I think when we're feeling down, it's always wonderful that we can still reach out through the World Wide Web, through the internet, and stay in contact that way. At least, there's something or someone out there we can reach out to. It's not the physical touch, but to be able to see each other face to face as we are now and being able to share the expressions of how we're feeling through our eyes, through our body language. There is that comfort to know that there is someone there, and really 24 hours a day if you have friends like in New Zealand, for example.
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Well, we've had people from Paris and we've had people from Australia watching this show. So there's people all around the world that have been watching DITC Social. So this is wonderful. Lise, thank you very much for coming on and giving us a bit of your time.
Thanks, Lillian.
All the best.
She's great.
Of course.
Fantastic, Lillian.
Of course she is. Well, thank you. And nice to meet you, my dear.
Keep on rocking.
All right, so we're going to do one more, Lillian. We'll do another one with an on-camera card reading. We've got a couple of people that are asking if you're able to take a question. So what we'll do is we'll do Wanda. We'll have a little bit of information from Wanda. I'll do my little commercial segment that we can promote a couple of the LGBT businesses, which I don't have that many right now, but we will promote some. And then we'll take some of the questions from folks that are watching. as well as we'll go through the 2021. There's different. I'll have to read the thing after. I can't remember. I'm stumbling on my words. My mind is blowing. There's different things that you do on New Year's Eve, like a kiss or hang something outside the door. Superstitions, I guess, the word I'm looking for. So I will find my words eventually. So, Wanda, welcome to the show. How are you, my dear? Oh, you're on mute. I don't know how many times. Oh,
there you go.
There you go. Welcome. Hello. How are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you for having me today.
Well, thank you for coming. So before we get going, do you want to talk a little bit of where you are and what you've got behind you and what's going on in your store?
Oh, yes, I have. Well, we're in my office space right now, so don't look at the clutter behind. I have a studio, art studio and metaphysical shop in Alexandria, Ontario. So I'm kind of located halfway between Ottawa and Montreal. I'm like right in the center.
Okay.
So people can view what I have online. Being it's an art studio, what that reflects is I do a lot of recycling of products, especially working with denim. Hey, Kim.
So obviously Kim knows Dragonfly Lady.
Yes, Kim knows me very well. She has a package being shipped all the way to, oh my goodness, New Zealand. Yes, Taranaki, New Zealand.
Wow. So you actually do. So you have an online store and everything? Because I might do some crystals myself, like seriously.
Oh, for sure. Yes, you can find. I don't have them all online, but I am doing personal shopping experiences for people through Facebook Messenger. Lillian and Kim are familiar with how this works. Seems to be going well. It's we go live on Facebook Messenger, and I show you what crystals I have.
Wow.
So you're able to pick them out yourself. Being that, because I'm closed again to the public, so it's all online.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll have to have you back, and then we can just have you show us a couple of things when we're more prepared for this.
Absolutely, I would love that. That would be great.
So go ahead, ask your question to Lillian. I'll let you ladies have it.
Oh, Lillian. Well, I know Lillian very well. We've worked together on a few shows recently. So I'm looking for questions in to do with business. I'm going to play it safe and stick with business because, things are different now. We need to, like this show that you're doing, we need to change things up.
We do. And there is no more in-person stuff happening anymore. So
no. So I'm experiencing blocks with that. So I want to know like some guidance on how to get rid of these blocks that I'm experiencing.
Okay.
Talking about blocks in business or emotional blocks, please?
Let's do emotional blocks because I believe that's where they're residing.
Okay.
Thank you for clarifying.
And I think we all have emotional blocks, so this will be able to help a lot of people, I'm sure.
I think so. I was going to play it safe, but now I'm not.
Live a little, let your hair down.
Yeah, I could go get wild.
In the way of the emotions and the blocks, I have got over 200 decks of tarot and oracle cards. Right now, I'm going to pick up messages from your angels to get into what the blocks are. I do feel like there is some concern around a male. Don't know if that's a child of yours. So I want to bring that up, that there's something going on there that's kind of holding you back from letting a part of you go, letting that tension go, releasing of something. I've also got the color purple. That is definitely the color of the amethyst. So there might be concerns going around in areas of your bone. Look for the chakra that belongs to the purple, which I think has to do up and around the crown chakra area.
Yeah.
So you may have been getting some migraine headaches, some tension headaches going on. I really feel that that's going on. You have recently transcended. Your energy has shifted. It has changed, and you might be feeling a little bit fatigued. And yes, the headaches, because it goes from the problem started from the root chakra at the bottom of the base of your feet. So a lot of childhood kind of issues and closing up there happening, and then all of a sudden a big shift. So all the energy has rushed up. This is the cause of the pain in the head. Focus in on the purple ray, focus in on that for yourself. Definitely get yourself an amethyst. That's really going to help you with the nervousness, also in the crown area.
Yes, thank you. It's always good to have somebody remind you of things, you know, or guide you like this. Yeah.
You know, people tend to think when they're going to have a Reiki session or they're having a session with a reader, you know, I forewarn them after they've had a reading with me to be sure that they have a lot of water around them and that they may feel like they have flu-like symptoms, because a lot of it surfaces up.
It drains your energy, right?
Things, yes, the energy surfaces up. And so the headache, it's all part of the release. But then we have to take it easy on ourselves. And I think that's what's happened. You've ascended, you've changed, your energy has shifted and changed. I think the biggest block for you right now has to do with this young male. Not a teenager, but definitely there's a young male around, and there's some issues that have to be sorted out. I don't know if it has something to do with the possibility that there was addictions going on or some kind of differences, but it looks like that is part of what's blocking the last bit of your need to move and ascend, okay? Don't worry about the headaches. This will release. It's all part of the release.
All right. We got a question in from Chrissy. So Chrissy, I see your question. We will get to it as soon as this reading is over with Wanda, and I do a couple of commercials. So in 15 minutes, we'll get to your question.
I did as fast as I can.
That's all good.
So just to confirm this energy and your need to take care of yourself, and that, you know, there's nothing wrong with you. Your body is shifting, your inner spirit is shifting. This is Bethany. And it says, when you take excellent care of yourself, everybody is going to benefit. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, a sea salt bath, or a pedicure. You want to look at Bethany here. She looks like someone from the Roman times. She is definitely on the go. She's pampering herself. So get into taking care of yourself. Start drinking more water. Keep yourself in check. Rest when you need to rest. Eat lightly. You know, I wouldn't recommend any meat while you're ascending and you're transforming the way that you are, okay? But definitely get a lot of fluids in you. Get that extra rest. Work on the upper chakra, on your third eye. I think sea baths, Epsom salt baths are excellent for that. And I know that you are a Reiki master, so you get what I'm saying. You need to pamper yourself a little bit and stop and well, not stop, but try to take a break from all the stresses. You're being too hard on yourself at this point, and you need to take care of the ascension that's just happened to you, that change. So take the time that you need to rejuvenate yourself, okay? You have Rosita here, and it says that you have a wonderful gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose may involve teaching or parenting. So if you're wondering about your career, this is telling you it's time for you to get out there and start teaching. It's time for you to teach. And if you can, work in the area with children or the teenagers, those who are younger. Reach out to them. Reach out to them. I mean, you are meant to be teaching and helping other people. You have this knack for soothing and calming others in this. And if you're questioning what your next move should be, it's all about teaching. And I would think teaching how to nurture and care for yourself in the way that you need to do for yourself at this point. But that's your next step. Time for you to start teaching. And maybe this male has something to do with parenting, with maybe you're the mother of this male that I'm picking up, that they can be approached in a softer way. Okay. You have a knack for it, and things will resolve themselves. It's just going to take a softer approach. Career, time for you to start teaching.
There you go.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day, and now you learn that you have to teach.
I get to teach more. I was doing that pre-COVID, and then everything just kind of fell through. So that's bringing it online is a little. Well, I don't know why. It was a block. I was doing it before, and then all of a sudden, poof, this wall went up. So.
And then there's these platforms like StreamYard, which are very easy to manage, and will go on several platforms. It will go on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Pinterest. I know Lillian goes on Pinterest, and a few other places too. So there's a lot of one-stop shops that you can get with one little network like this. So, well, that's great. That's a lot food for thought to think about.
It is. Thank you so much, Lillian, for your beautiful, warm advice. I really appreciate it. Cherish it.
And make sure you put your link to your website in the comments on whatever platform you're on, so we can share with the rest of the folks.
I will. Thank you so much for having me. And again, thank you, Lillian. I'm going to keep watching from the other side now.
Thank you, Wanda.
Peace to you.
All right. Well, so we got a question from Chrissy, but I'm going to hold on a few moments for that one. We're going to play a couple of commercials that I've got, which are really just promos, which all this wouldn't be possible without GetToKnow.tv. They are the reason why DiverseInTheCapital.tv happened. There's a quick little commercial from me, from DITC Social, and my pampered chef, not pampered chef. Oh my God, she's going to hurt me. My Tupperware lady. So here we go, a couple of commercials, and we will be right back on DITC Social.
GetToKnow.tv est partout en Outaouais, autant au niveau de la culture, de l'événementiel, mais aussi au niveau de vos entreprises. Si vous avez un projet spécial que vous aimeriez promouvoir, un événement que vous avez créé, eh bien, n'hésitez pas à parler avec un de nos représentants à GetToKnow.tv. Vous pouvez nous écrire via notre adresse info@GetToKnow.tv. Vous aussi, prenez avantage de GetToKnow.tv.
GetToKnow.tv.
Bonjour, c'est Nathalie Girard, votre Madame Tupperware. Joignez-vous à moi pour écouter et regarder DiverseInTheCapital.tv, où vous verrez des segments de cuisine où on montrera des recettes ainsi que des trucs et astuces pour économiser temps et argent dans votre cuisine. Hi, it's Nathalie Girard, your Tupperware lady. Join me to listen and watch DiverseInTheCapital.tv, and you can learn some recipe and also tips and tricks for saving you time and money in your kitchen.
Hello, Ottawa Gatineau. My heart is full of excitement and rainbow-colored glitter as DITC Social is proud to be streaming on our regular social media platforms and also joining the BlasterRadio.com family all in the same night. You can now ask your smart speaker to play Blaster Radio on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. DITC Social is a live LGBTQ2+ talk show hosted by me, Andre Prouem. These live broadcasts stream on BTR as well as our usual social media platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch with various guests every week. Check out our Facebook page every Saturday morning to see who our guests are going to be the following Wednesday. We are looking to shine a spotlight on your LGBTQ2+ business and our allies. Please send us a maximum 2-minute audio-visual clip of your business so we can help folks buy local in the NCR and share the commercial on our show. Need some help filming? Send us an email at andre@DiverseInTheCapital.tv and we can help you free of charge. This community-led channel launched 2 years ago and is not yet sponsored in any way at this time. It's full of my own blood, sweat, and glitter that makes this community page happen. Give us a like and share to remain fabulous, darlings. So get to recording and take care of each other, Ottawa Gatineau. All right. Well, welcome back. Well, Lillian, I'm so glad to have met you. How many years has it been now? I think it's been like 5 or 6.
It's been years.
Yes, we both gotten rid of all the blonde, and I'm putting air quotes in our hair away, right? So, yeah, it's been quite a few years. All right, we have a question here from Chrissy. So her question. My question is, I've been having a reoccurring dreams, especially about a guy I dated 10 years ago and other men in my life that I haven't dated. I find it strange. What could that mean?
Well, Chrissy, this is pretty deep. This is going to be deep shill for you.
You take shit on this show.
This is deep shill. Let that shill go. I'm thinking, and in my interpretation, when one sees different men that have been part of our lives, these reoccurring dreams, we're talking about old relationships, past relationships, and how they've affected us in some way. And our dreams have come out unconsciously, our feelings and the way we felt in the dreams. So we want to look at what exactly is happening in the dream. Are these men talking with you? Is it a vibe that's going on? Are you partying? Are you loving each other? Or are you fighting? Looking at all the symbolism in the dream and how you were feeling, whether there's something in particular that stood out to you or a feeling in that area, would be able to help me decipher a little bit more, discern it. But my thinking at this point is that if you're having occurring dreams of different men in your life, I think that you've been hurt, or that feeling of rejection, being left behind, and being, those feelings that we go through when we break up in relationships, feeling possibly that it was all our fault, or that feeling of rejection, depending on what the dream circumstance is. If it's a good memory, then we're looking at the good things and remembering the good things. But the reoccurring of different men in your life means that we might need to work on, pardon me, it might sound blunt, but on some codependency issues.
Oh.
We might be looking at codependency issues where we rely on other people to validate us, to validate our feelings, to validate if we're going in the right direction. I'm not paying attention to our own intuition and standing in our own power, making our own decisions, our own mistakes, but allowing others to make those decisions for us. Perhaps you are a beautiful earth angel. In previous relationships, you might have felt like you had to fix everything. If they were sad, you felt like maybe you were the one at fault and that you were the one that needed to do something to cheer them up, when in truth, you're not responsible for how they feel or how they react. So there's a lot of variations. I need more information on the types of dreams that you've had, the atmosphere. Were you partying? Were you at a funeral? Were you walking down the beach? There are other symbols in your dream that would help me to be able to better discern and tune in. But I think the initial thing is that, and it's hard for me to say, but that codependency trap, that need to feel wanted, needed, and loved, and not being able to give that kind of love for ourselves. And so the unconscious says to us, the way that these people loved us is the way I want to be loved. However, I don't want to reject myself. So the feeling of the rejection that, that person has left you and another person has left you. And so your unconscious is saying there's something in you that needs to be changed in order for you to achieve that balance in life and find a partner of equality, rather than depending on the person to nurture you and your confidence, to learn to love yourself and not to reject yourself, but to love yourself and put yourself first. And then when that happens, new love comes. And I think that these dreams will stop for you.
Wow. Well now. So
It's pretty heavy metal, I know.
no, this is wonderful. So my sister is chiming in, asking a question, which I know you don't know the entire story because we haven't said anything on social media about it. So she'd like to know if she's on track. Did they do the right thing?
Did they do the right thing? That's interesting. The word they.
Yes, they do the right thing.
Rachel, I'm seeing the color green. I'm seeing Archangel Raphael. I'm seeing healing emotionally, mentally, and physically at this point. I do see that happen. I see Archangel Ariel and the beautiful pinks talking about career move for you. So I don't know if you've plotted a career, if you started a business of your own, but to me, you are right on track. You're with Mother Nature here. So let's see what the cards might say. There is a male and a female figure saying hello to you. One is a little bit short with dark hair. The other is a little bit taller than her. They are a couple, and they're saying hello to you. I can't put names on it.
It could be my father's parents.
So well, that's cool.
Yep.
Don't mind my little baby in the background. Okay, so are you on the right track? Spirit, please.
So Chrissy said thank you very much, that helped and it was very informative.
You're welcome, Chrissy. Okay. I feel like you are on the right track. Yeah, the 9 of thought. Oh my goodness, dear Rachel, you are exhausted.
Well, that's an understatement. And I'll tell you all why after.
You are being very hard on yourself. I want you, first of all, to take a look at this photo. It's a beautiful example of you being exhausted, not even being able to make it to your bed. So exhausted that you are collapsing next on the chair here. You are just exhausted. You are doing so many things and you're being very hard on yourself. You expect and demand quite a bit from yourself. This card is reading, it's the 9 of thought. And it's saying, stop being so hard on yourself and turn your thoughts towards some positive things. There's no need for you to be worrying about anything right now, and anticipating that the worst is going to happen is not going to help you, okay? So just know that heaven, that divine, that universe is providing all the solutions that you need. So if you're experiencing these sleepless and restless nights or any anxiety over a challenge that's happening in your life right now, let the problem go. Release this to the universe. You have nothing to worry about. Everything is in sight. Everything is done. The I's are dotted. The T's are crossed. Time for you to move forward. And I'm telling you, no matter how many times you write down, you have everything done. It's all done. But you keep re-looking at it and thinking that you need to add more flavor to something, more something. You don't need to add anything more than what you have. You are in divine timing, in perfect timing. So stop being so hard on yourself. You've done everything you possibly can do to move this venture ahead, and it will unfold itself. So forcing it is not going to make it any different. It's just going to exhaust you.
All right, so it hasn't been announced or anything, but my sister sold her house. It was very fast. My mom had to move in with my aunt in Ottawa because they're living in the small apartment that I used to live in. And then they bought another house, which they're moving into in March. So my mom has been separated in Ottawa, and they've had a whole... they were building a house, and then that fell through, and then they just bought a house that was already ready to go. So now they're just waiting to move in. So yeah, that's going to help her a lot, I can see. And she's thanking you very much. And at least my dad is not scaring the dog this time, she said. Because I mean, my first reading with you, I remember a couple of years ago too. My dad was around and he was hanging outside the window, I think it was. And funny times, good times. Well, Lillian, I can't thank you enough for being here. This was wonderful. I appreciate you coming on and giving us your divine messages. You can see Lillian on the Angelic Empowerment International Network at any time. In this live that you're watching, you can click on the links at any time and find Lillian and make sure that you go and check out her page. Give her a like. And you're still doing full hour readings on your Facebook page as well, right? Or there's many ways that people can do it.
Absolutely. It's one of my favorites. I love the hour. I like to take 5 to 10 minutes to own in, ask them the questions, let them get comfortable, whether they're in their jammies or sit comfortable where they won't be distracted, focus in on their questions. And then from there, I choose from a variety of different tools, as you can see, from the crystal ball to over 200 different tarot. So it all depends on what their questions are. And I like to use a variety. So I'll mix in mediumship, the finances, and the health kind of thing. So that's my favorite one. And hopefully everyone will join me on Angelic Empowerment International, where you are empowering. It's all about empowering you, enlightening you, and growing and learning together in love.
Well, so I always said that these shows are supposed to be an hour, but we might go on a little longer. We'll see. But 2020 has been a year so far, and it's been different than all that we've imagined. Different than what we've imagined. The coronavirus pandemic has forced people across the globe to hunker down in their homes and observe safety guidelines like social distancing, blah, blah, blah. You all know that already, right? The countdown to New Year's is past, and when it comes to best wishes, here are a couple of things that you can do or that people have done to try and have good luck throughout the year. So as this is a teleprompter, this is a lot different than looking at an Excel spreadsheet. So a kiss at midnight, which I did, so I'm wondering how lucky that's going to be. Putting money in your wallet before midnight. So the superstition suggests that people who fill their wallet with cash before midnight may see the next 12 months with continuous flow of money. In Chinese culture, the colors of the wallet also include crucial. Black represents prosperity and career advancement. Brown will prevent others overspending, and yellow attracts money. Opening the doors at midnight. The Irish New Year's tradition involving opening all the doors of the house just before midnight to let the old year escape and welcome the new year. Lillian, I'm just going to remove you because I think that's where I'm getting a lot of the feedback from right now. I will bring you back in a little bit. So yes, opening all the doors before midnight, making sure, avoiding chicken and lobster. So people who do not want their luck to fly away should avoid eating chicken on New Year's Eve. And in the Philippines, eating chicken on New Year's would lead to poverty throughout the coming year. Many cultures believe that eating lobster before midnight would bring a year of setbacks. In Germany and Sweden, eating fresh or pickled herring is said to bring a person good luck. In China, eating noodles enables longevity. So there you have it. There are lots of different, I want to say, different things. There's a lot of different things that you could do, superstitions. I don't know why I have a hard time with that word today. I tried to put my partial back in and it was hurting me, so I took it out. So I'm back to lisping again. Welcome to the Comedy Hour. Well, Lillian, I want to thank you so much for being here with me tonight. Wanda has put her website in the chat, so make sure you check out the Angelic Network. Actually, it's the Facebook group for Angelic Network. Make sure you go and check that out. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you, Lise and Carolyn, for being here. Lillian, I appreciate it as always, and I look forward to seeing what you've got going on.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. I look forward to our continued friendship, for sure.
Oh, of course.
Thank you, Blast the Radio, for allowing me to be a guest here on your show. Greatly appreciate it.
Well, Julie was saying nice logo. So if you like my logo and Lillian's logo, you can give me a call because I did the logo. So any graphic design. Yes, I'm colorblind, but I do my best and I try and do what I can. So you got some logos or posters you need done, come and see me. Thank you, Lillian. I appreciate everything, and we'll see you soon. I am going to finish off with my couple of thoughts and wish you all a good day. So we're done. Final thoughts. Supporting LGBTQ2+ businesses. Most are all online, so please support. Please support your local business. There's too many cameras and things to do. I really need help to do this, but I just need to calm myself down. And here we go. So make sure you support local commerce by going to their website and buying something to give that special someone for the next official holiday that's coming in. For all you romantics out there, spice up your life, or only you can do that, and you know that too. All right. Thank you all for being here with me live from Finley Creek and from your homes. I wish you all lots of love and goodness during this time, and look forward to seeing what you've all got going on through social media. Share your stories with me. And if you want to see it here on Wednesday nights, then you can send me a message or send me an email. Next week. Oh my God, I cannot wait for next week. We will be talking to 3 community members transitioning from male to female. Lana will be here, Lana Paulson. Christine and Tanya will all be here to tell their community, their stories on how it's been and what they go through all the time. La semaine prochaine, je m'entendrai avec 3 membres de la communauté sur les transitions entre hommes et femmes. Lana, Christine et Tanya seront ici pour raconter leur histoire à la communauté. Please, please, please go to blasttheradio.com and listen to the one and only Milkman every morning from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. or catch Jesse and Jenna's Messy podcast. I am so happy to be on BTR. And if you haven't listened to blasttheradio.com yet, John the Milkman Milky has a great, bigger, better boogie break every morning at 10:30 to get your blood flowing. So make sure you put it on. You can listen to it on any device. I am working on a BTR DITC Winter Talent Show that's going to be coming in February. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. And we want to make sure that you participate as well, because it's not just for the big performers. It's for you, the community. So with that, I want to say good night, and I want to tell you all to take care of each other, and we will see you next week. Assurez-vous de prendre soin de l'un et l'autre. Merci beaucoup. Et à la semaine prochaine, Ottawa Gatineau. Bye-bye.